Local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 6.
An elaborate party thrown by Mayor LaToya Cantrell. 3,000 people invited, and it cost more than $60,000. And you, the taxpayer, footed the bulk of the bill. And now there are new questions, as it appears that to pick up the tab, the mayor's office may have turned to companies that would later be awarded business with the city. Investigative reporter Travers Mackel is live with the documents that you'll see right here only on 6. Travers.
That's right, Sol. This party was a 2018 Essence Fest kickoff event. To help cover costs, 2 major telecommunications companies donated money to a nonprofit to cover nearly 40% of the cost. Their contributions came at the same time the city was soliciting bids for lucrative franchise agreements, which were ultimately awarded to those same telecommunication companies. Internal records show at least one high-ranking City Hall staffer tried to blow the whistle on the whole thing, but it appears no one was listening. The pictures tell the story. Inside Canal Place shopping mall, the newly elected mayor of New Orleans threw a huge party, her Essence Fest kickoff event. Essence provided the headliner, rapper MC Lyte, but all of the party planning details were handled through City Hall. It happened in July 2018, about 6 weeks after Mayor LaToya Cantrell took the oath of office.
As the mayor of this great city of New Orleans.
And the party at Canal Place was one of the new administration's first big events. Internal records WDSU Investigates obtained through a public records request show that the mayor's office increased the party's budget 75% from $36,000 to $63,000, which raised red flags internally.
There were the expenses that were needed to create an event that would be respectful and celebrate, Essence.
Ellen Lee is the mayor's director of community and economic development. Records show the city's Office of Cultural Economy was tasked with organizing the party. That department falls under Lee. Is $63,000 over budget for that event?
That was the budget for the event. That was the cost of the event, and so $63,000 is where we were. I believe that was a combination of resources from the city as well as some sponsorships.
And it's the sponsorships that have caught the eye of some political observers. Ed Chervenek ran UNO's political science department for years.
Well, the optics don't necessarily look very good.
To cover cost, AT&T and Verizon wrote checks. Record shows city officials discussing a $10,000 contribution from AT&T for the mayor's party, and later a $15,000 check from Verizon. The money would be donated to the NOLA 2018 Foundation, a nonprofit that had raised money for the renovation of Gallier Hall. The agreement is technically legal, but at the time, both companies were seeking franchise agreements with City Hall to expand 5G coverage to New Orleans.
That's not a good look.
The mayor's official calendar even shows she met with each company before the party. How were AT&T and Verizon chosen?
Ask me a better question.
AT&T and Verizon paid $25,000 for the party. At the same time, they were seeking franchise agreements with the city of New Orleans. So how were they selected?
I'm not aware of that, and they wouldn't be a vendor that would be selected. I'm not aware that they were seeking, I'm not aware that they were seeking franchise agreements with the city at that time. But franchise agreements, as you know, are approved by the city council. Right. And so they weren't. Did you know AT&T and Verizon paid $25,000 for that party? Collectively, it was yes, I was aware that they were providing some sponsorships to support the event.
When they cut the checks, AT&T and Verizon were not doing business with the city, only seeking to. Do you understand the optics of that? That they wrote $25,000. They wrote a $25,000 check at the same time they were trying to do business with the city of New Orleans.
Well, again, I'm not aware of that. I think these are really unrelated incidents. We can talk about optics, but the reality is that it's a marketing event.
You wonder if basically people who work in government kind of get inside a bubble and aren't really concerned about perceptions.
In emails, staffers paint a picture of how the party was questionably funded and planned. One person, Bryce Miller, then head of the mayor's Office of Cultural Economy at that time, said he was very concerned and blasted other staffers for lacking transparency.
When I looked at the documents, what I saw was a lot of dysfunction in that Office of Cultural Economy.
In an email sent after the party was over, Miller even points out that the city paid $1,800 for stilt walkers, and there were none.
There were 3 floors at the Canal Place event.
Records also show that days after the party was over, Miller sounded the alarm 3 separate times on the $63,000 cost, saying on July 23rd, "We need to assign a deep dive into the services, cost, and payment. At 63 grand, justification will be needed for audit and public request, if ever." Then in August 2018, 6 weeks after the party, Miller calls for the mayor's chief administrative officer to audit invoices from the event.
Did the CEO's office ever do an audit of this event?
Not to my knowledge.
Weeks later, Bryce Miller left his job at City Hall.
If he requested it a couple of times, why wasn't it?
I'm not sure what the issue was around requesting the audit or feeling that the audit was needed.
But others disagree.
You would assume that when someone raises red flags like they did in these emails, that the CAO would take a look.
The council did grant franchise agreements for both AT&T and Verizon. City Council President Helena Moreno says the council was not made aware that AT&T and Verizon partially funded the mayor's Essence party until local media brought it to their attention. In a written statement, AT&T says in part, "We are proud of our many years of support for the Essence Festival, a national celebration that welcomes 500,000 attendees for 4 days of music, entertainment, empowerment, and culture." And Verizon says in part, since 2018, Verizon has proudly invested more than $600,000 in the New Orleans community, supporting a number of charitable and economic development organizations. This year, the mayor moved the party back to Gallier Hall and invited fewer people. Late today, City Hall sent us a statement saying, in part, the event celebrated an historic election. To see that full statement, go right now to WDSU.com.